I'm really very, very pleased to be here. Chelsea and I are very pleased to be here as a guest of Meridian. So utilities and transportation are connecting at the plug. And we're doing that, both these kind of titan industries, the utility industry and the auto industry, are doing this because we've got to address energy security and we've got to address the environment. You know, it's quite a significant step from the gasoline hybrid to the plug-in hybrid for an automaker. A significant step not in terms of the technology but in terms of the cost. And a gasoline hybrid today is already more expensive than the internal combustion engine. But it's a step that we've got to take. So what we're seeing today in terms of electrification of transportation, the kinds of propulsion systems that we're seeing today with hybrids is the micro hybrids, mild and then full hybrids. We really think that the most attractive area in the near to midterm is the plug-in hybrid and the battery electric car. So benefits of plugging in. Huge benefit from a cost perspective. When you compare the cost of a gallon of gasoline or a liter of gasoline to a kilowatt hour cost from electricity's perspective. In US, that cost differential or benefit is somewhere between 25 and 50%. Here, I think it would be much, much larger. Now, there's a lot of very popular alternative fuels today, globally and in the US. Ethanol, methanol, biodiesel, natural gas, hydrogen, electricity. There's only one that has a ubiquitous infrastructure, and that's electricity. You know, electric motors are very, very efficient. And if you have a look at tank to wheels or battery to wheels in terms of a comparison, you can see that tank to wheels with the internal combustion engine, as good as the auto industry has gotten over the last 120 or so years, the internal combustion engine is still only about 15% efficient. A battery to wheels, an electric car, is 80% efficient. So there is the situation. The Cube, the Smart, the Mitsubishi Miev, the Suzuki, there are a number of European and Japanese products that would be absolutely suitable and would be well suited for the New Zealand market. And then there's the rock star of plugging in, and that's the Chevy Volt. And I saw an article a couple of days ago that said that GM is going to be doing left-hand drive and right-hand drive versions of this car. And this car is really exciting. They're apparently bringing it to Australia, so why on earth wouldn't they bring it to New Zealand? Vehicle to grid is a long-term potential. And what vehicle to grid is the ability to, under controlled situations, take energy from a connected vehicle, could be an electric car, could be a plug-in hybrid, or it could be a plug-in hybrid fuel cell for that matter, and bring that energy past the customer's electrical meter back up into the grid. But it's going to take some time to get to vehicle to grid. We see vehicle to home much more near term. So what we have to do is we have to evolve to what's called the smart grid. Again, interestingly enough, New Zealand's kind of leading the way a little bit in that. You know, Meridian Energy have a smart meter program. The ability to the ability to have two-way communication. You know, today the meters are dumb. You know, they're just a little wheel kind of spins, a little cash register. Tomorrow they're digital, and they have the ability to get information to a customer so that the customer can become, again, it's all part of being a good consumer of tomorrow. It's not about picking one winner. This is kind of a fun slide. 25 years ago it was methanol. In fact, I remember the methanol efforts here before I left New Zealand. 15 years ago it was EVs. 10 years ago it was hybrids. 5 years ago fuel cells. 3 years ago ethanol. Today it's plug-in hybrids. Tomorrow it's perpetual motion. All right, we've got to be really careful about this. All right, I think we really have an opportunity with electrification to have a sustainable, maintainable pathway. Clean, sustainable alternative fuels, you are a leader. Man, I mean, I was blown away with the dedication of companies like Meridian, 100% renewable, to the focus of the government, wanting to get back to average 90% renewable. And this is my last slide. All right, and that is an electric car plugs into your heart. It really does. It gets you emotionally connected to the car. Thank you very much.